YouTube, the LEGO community has been plagued by one thing for a few months now. Helmet holes.
Run.
That's right, we have these helmet holes that aren't new, but in recent years aren't very good either. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about if this is a valid argument or if people are just making a big deal out of nothing. So to start this video, we need to understand that helmet holes have been around for a long time now. Back in the early 2010s when we started getting P1 clones. So as you guys can see with this P1 right here from the early 2000s, this guy's a little beat up. This is an old guy. But helmet holes are nothing new. We've had these. These are the P1s from the early 2010s. And then here is a new Phase 3 helmet hole on the new guys from the 501st Specialist Pack versus a 212 that does not have the helmet holes. So guys, is this such a big deal? And why do people care so much? Well, it's honestly just a personal preference thing. Do you like the helmet holes or do you not? Are you caring about the play features that come with them, like the ability to put on antennas or visors, or do you care more about the aesthetics and want them to look better? Personally, as collectors, we're obviously going to be upset about this because we care more about the aesthetics than the playability. So something with helmet holes like this is going to look a lot worse than something without like this. And the reason these helmet holes are bad is not because there's a hole, because like with these Phase 1 clones, they looked fine with the hole. The difference is it creates, as M&R would say, the wart right here, and that helmet wart, and that looks awful because the Phase 1, it blends right into the helmet, that circular part right there that you also have on this Phase 2, 212, is fine, and it just flows right in there really well, doesn't stick out too much, versus this guy, they stick out. It's like an extra hole in the top that just looks weird. So when you compare it to the 212, it's a lot smoother on the sides because you still got this part, which is where they should just put the helmet hole if they're going to do them. Because I don't mind if they do them with some figs. They shouldn't do it with all of them, but they can do it with some figs. And I also don't like how it just creates a black hole in the middle of the helmet, whereas this one actually looks like a helmet. Because guys, I got a Stormy helmet right here. And when you look at one of these helmets, like, there's no holes on this thing. There's not supposed to be holes. You're not seeing holes in the movies.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
So guys, you can make your own decision, but like just look at this comparison and decide which one looks better. I mean, obviously I think this one does. This just creates other problems, like this line gets a lot thinner and it's just kind of pushed up weird. The bumps just look weird looking on from the outside, and then you put them to the side and you just see the hole that looks kind of nasty. I just think without the helmet holes is so much better. Now, I can understand why they do it, because playability is still a factor and these kids are still buying these sets. I would say, honestly, clones is mainly a mature buyer thing now. Like, they could put some of these in an 18 plus set and a lot of people would buy it because there's a lot of 18 plus people buying these battle packs. But the problem is with the helmet holes, collectors just hate them, so they're not going to army build them like they used to and buy them up, which also causes army building to be a lot harder because figures like this 212th right here without the helmet holes are a lot more expensive. The cheapest you're going to find this guy for now is about 15 bucks, which for one fig is not easy to army build. So the problem with these helmet holes too is that, like we said, they just don't aesthetically look pleasing. They look kind of weird from the side with just a black hole in the middle of the helmet, and the antenna piece just does not always look right in there because it's pushed up too high and is not technically accurate to where it should be. So for collectors and people who care about accuracy, this is going to cause a problem. Now, how I think LEGO should fix this is simply by meeting both parties in the middle and making both happy. If we start to get battle packs where maybe just the captain or the commander, like we saw with Vaughn, has the helmet holes, then that'll be fine. Because they could use them with the visors, like Cody has the visor, which I don't think the visors look good. I think those need a new mold too. But that's for another video. But so Cody or another captain or commander could have their visor or antenna piece, but we don't have to have the helmet holes with the normal clones. Like these new, go check out my last video if you want to know what I'm referencing, but the new battle pack coming out January 1st with the just regular old Phase 2 clones, those don't need helmet holes. If those have helmet holes, there's absolutely no need for them. Those guys are never wearing antennas or visors unless they're like a specialist pack. Like the specialist pack made sense because they all had stuff you could put in them and you were putting in them. So that's fine. I'm fine with that. but you're not going to buy up Specialist. You want to buy up the regular ones. So when they put the holes in these regular clones, it just makes buyers lose the appeal to buy them up in Army Build, which is ultimately just losing money for Lego. If Lego takes the helmet holes out, no one's going to stop buying them that was buying them for the helmet holes. Like, people are still going to want them. It's just as if they put them without the helmet holes, like we did at the 501st Battle Pack, they're going to have people buying a lot more, which is something I believe we saw with the 501st Battle Pack, is people wanted them a lot more and were buying them up a lot more than they were the 332nd. Even talking to buddies, they were like, oh, I have to go get this before it retires. With the 332nd, people aren't even buying them because they just don't look as good. So guys, those are my thoughts on the helmet holes. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below because there is a lot of commentary on this. Thanks for stopping by today's video. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow the Instagram and the whatnot. Trying to grow on there as well. Till then, guys, peace.